Hello and welcome in everyone. I am your host, Code Wonderland, and today we're playing some more Comet 64. This playthrough has been a lot of fun so far. There's been a lot of challenges, and I certainly have not completed everything to the perfect degree that it could be completed so far. But I feel like I've been doing pretty well. I think in total I've got like 4 or 5 out of the 21 challenges that I've done that aren't like fully perfected, so I'm not doing too bad. But I like that it's a bit of a challenge. I feel like so often these games end up hitting for me as either really easy or obtusely hard or tedious. And this feels like a nice level of like some of these challenges are complicated and I just need to push myself in a different way. And I like that. It also just kind of teaches me even as an experienced programmer, as somebody who has programmed in assembly before, albeit a decent bit of time ago, and not anything outside of college, because it's assembly and I don't want to most of the time. But I don't know. This is giving me a different affinity for it. I kind of like it. But anyway, back to where we are. Comet 64, Commodore 64 kind of game. It's based around the experience of owning a Commodore 64 back in the day, but it's really just a bunch of programming exercises using assembly with Commodore 64 or the Comet 64 as our interface. So let's go ahead and get started with our next problem here. So for each two values from the input, calculate the absolute difference between them. If the difference is more than 5, output true, otherwise output false. So let's see. We're going to do... This is a tricky one because I'm trying to keep this simple because I get caught up a lot with like overcomplicating the solution because I can think of how to do this with a bunch of jumps and labels, but we're trying to get through this with as few lines of code as possible, with as few cycles as possible. Let's see though. So let's go ahead and pull in an int. So int equals input. Int equals int minus input. And let's see. Check int greater than 0. Actually, we're gonna do less than 0. Jump if false, and I don't know what I'm going to call this next label yet, so we'll get to it in a second. So if the integer is negative, we're going to do int equals int times -1. And then from there, let's see. Determine output. And we'll call this determine output. So this is our label. Can I do 2? I can. Beautiful. So determine output. We now have a positive integer. So how do I want to handle this? Check int greater than 5. Output equals bool. That should be right, because check will assign bool to this. If the int is greater than 5, we'll output true, otherwise we'll output false. Where are we missing a semicolon? Oh, right here in the beginning. I will forget that until the day I die. For this language specifically, I don't know why. This regular... So I used 2 different dialects of assembly language when I learned assembly. I used NASM and then MASM, I think it was. I love that when I Google NASM, I don't get that. Let's see. NASM assembly cheat sheet. I just want to see. If I look at NASM, does it normally have semicolons at the end? Oh, it does. It does. Oh no, semicolons for comments. No wonder it doesn't. My brain is like, no, I'm not supposed to put semicolons here, because semicolons traditionally are the thing that we use to signify a comment. This is just different. Alright, so number of lines, 8, challenge line 7, so we could do it in 1 less line, and 4 less cycles. It's always when it's like 4, or 7, or something like that. It's not like a multiple. Like, if it's like, I've got 140, and the challenge is 70, I'm like, oh, okay, there's a loop somewhere. But when it's 4, I'm like, what the heck? Like, what? Oh wait, can I pull input twice in 1 line? I've pondered about this in the past. Let's see if this does it. Passed. We got 7 lines and then 64 cycles. Look at that. That's beautiful. Alright. So next. Input contains 2-digit numbers only. Read them and reverse their digits before outputting them. Oh man, I know I need to use a string for this. I know for a fact I need to use a string for this. Can I get the length of a string? I think I can. Yeah, I can do string.length. Got it. So, let's do string equals input. We'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes. Because there's no for loops. So I just need to use conditional jumps. Oh, my brain. It's so early in the morning for this. Okay. So let's see. If I were to reverse these without a for loop, what would that look like? I need to start iterating over it. First, I want to get the length of the string currently. So int equals string.length. And okay. Let's call this the I don't know. I don't know what to call this loop yet. I started to put a label here, but I'm gonna need to put that down in a second. I need to write down code first. So I need to start iterating over each character in the string. So let's see. Car equals string reg. And let's see. Can I append to the string? What if I switch string and let's actually get car equals int minus reg, because that'll give us the last character in the string. We'll switch string and then, and I guess I could do it either way, but this is fine. String, and then we do reg equals car. Reg plus plus. Check reg less than int. Jump if true. Copy string, and let's do another switch back here and call this copy string. Okay, and then switch string output equals, and then hold on, int equals string, output equals int, because we want to convert it back from a string to an integer. Next input is not a string. Okay, so we do int equals input, string equals int equals string dot length. Too many operands, line 7. That's curious. How do I handle this? I'm using all of my variables. Every single one currently. String, int, reg, pool, and car, and the switch. So what the heck? Also, this beat is hitting. Alright. So... Let's look back at the manual for a second. And see, I can only just like put in a variable or a number directly. I'm probably overthinking this, honestly. Car equals... Oof, man, they're really pushing me here. And we have to start this way, because if we start this way, I mean, I guess it'd be fine. I don't know what would fill the blank spaces in the beginning, but I guess it'd be fine either way. You know, I think I can make this happen. So... int equals int minus reg. Int equals int plus reg. Is that how that works? I would assume, because I'm just removing and then adding reg back, thinking about how math works. 3 is out of range. Between 0 and 3 exclusive. Line 7. Can I do... Yeah, let's do int equals int. It's a lot of lines of code. String reg is out a lot. That's not gonna work. This one's messing with me. I think we're going about it the wrong way, though, for sure. We've got way too many lines of code here. So what else we got? What else we got? There's no mathematical operations that we can do for this, right? Like, it's just string operations? I wouldn't think that there's a mathematical operation for this. Oh wait, but they're 2-digit numbers only. I'm dumb. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. So, int equals input. I don't know why I thought that I had to account for like 3, 4, 5-digit numbers. See, I overcomplicate things sometimes. It's very easy to do. Very easy to do. So int equals input. String equals Let's just call it AA for now. Then, actually, can I call it AA? Actually, hold on. String equals int. Yeah, okay, okay. Wait. I thought I had this for a second. Yes, I do have this. Okay, so then int equals string 0. Reg equals string 1. And then string 1 equals, I could just do the other way around. String 0 equals reg. String 1 equals int. Yeah. And then output, or then, hold on. Int equals string. Output equals int. Because we're just swapping things around, so we just need the extra variables. String 0 is not numeric, cannot be written to int. Let's see. I swear there was a little bit more code somewhere on how you could reassign. Yes, advanced operations. So I can do it with characters. Yeah, okay, I see. So then I need to be a few more lines, but that's okay. Car equals string 0, int equals car. Car equals string 1. Reg equals car. Okay. These are assigned. I probably don't even need the secondary variable, honestly. I probably don't need reg, because I can just plop string 1 into int for reference, put car there, car. So let's comment this a little bit as well, make some... Is this what I use for comments? I think this is what I use for comments. Yeah. Get input. And can I convert the int directly to a string? I don't know if I can. I mean, we're about to find out. So let's see. Then where were we? We store first character in int. Then we store the second character in car. Then we do car equals int. String 1 equals car. And then I don't think I can just do int equals string, but let's just see where it breaks now. Line 10. Yeah, it breaks in 10. So then I need to... How do I go about reversing that? So I can assign a string from an int, but I can't assign an int from a string. Or maybe I can't. Maybe I cannot assign a string to an int. Or an int to a string, rather. Who knows? And I can't just output the string, right? Interestingly enough, the oh wait, what? Ah, I see. I'm getting. I see, because there's no quotation marks. If I do string equals int, it's giving it the three characters int. All right. Two-digit numbers. Okay. Reg equals input divided by 10. String. Oh, no. Let's see. Wait a second. And then we're going to do. Hold on. Give me a second here. I think I actually got this. So if reg equals input divided by 10, then we have like 4.1 instead of 41. Int equals reg. Then we have 4 and 4.1. Reg equals reg minus int. So then we'll have 4 and 0.1. Reg equals reg times 10. Okay, now we have a 4 and a 1. String equals... Actually, why does this matter now? Why can we not just... Wait a second. Wait a second. Switch reg. Get rid of all this extra stuff. So reg now exists in here. So the 10, or the 1 rather, exists in there. Then reg equals int divided by 10. Switch int. Reg equals reg plus int. Reg plus equals reg times 10. And then output equals reg. That should be it. Beautiful. Now, I know I went through there kind of quick. So let's, I have 4 more lines and a bunch more cycles. So let's go through this real quick as to what I'm doing. So we get the input. We divide it by 10 so that we have a decimal point number so we could easily separate the 2 different digits. Because with reg and int, the way that they convert is stripping off the extra decimal points. We can have the decimal point value, which in this case, if it's 4.1 instead of 41, is 0.1 in reg, and then 4 here. We then get this to just be 0.1 so that we have the 1 itself. We multiply it by 10 so we just have an even digit. Swap it into the switch, make reg equals the int divided by 10, so the 4 now becomes a 0.1. Switch the 1 into the int and add that to the reg, so the 0.4 and the 1 come together to become a 1.4. Multiply it by 10, so it's 14 again, and then we output it. And I put 1 comment to explain that. Get input, great. Beautiful. Love it. Now I can lose some lines of code here, interestingly enough. I'm curious how I do that. How and where? 'Tis the question. Yeah, I'm not sure. But for now, let's see. For each 2 values from input, check if they are the same. If they are, output true. Otherwise, output false. Let's see. How did I do this in the past? Because we had another doppelganger question. Let's look at, this is a great example of why you always look back at your references. So this had the same kind of problem, and you can see right here, I can't just grab two at a time because there's then I would skip the fact that these are duplicates. So let's copy this code. Let's go back to home. Let's go to disk 2. Let's go to doppelganger 2. And instead of reg, let's make this string. Oh, but how do I manage that in a situation like this? Because before I had the reg and the int as duplicate spots. This is a bit different. So I really still only want to be pulling one each time. So let's start with string equals input. And check int equals reg. So that's what we were doing before. We can't do that now. How do I go about this? I think I need to have int equals 0. And I need to start indexing through a string. Is how this is going to work. Index string. So check string int equals car. But how do I get the current character is the question. I'm not gonna lie, they got me stumped on this one. I mean, I was a little stumped on the last one too, but you know. I mean, I feel like we're gonna have to utilize some of the functionality that we gained from something like this. Not that we we cleared out all of the stuff converting strings to digits. Do we have that here? Nah, we don't. Are they all? No, they're whatever letter words, because I saw there was like 5-letter words, there's a bunch of stuff. And I can't check against the switch. And just review this again for a second. Change the previous. I really haven't taken advantage of return statements. So actually, this is a great. So wait, does it go to the previous jump statement or the previous label? Previous jump instruction. Interesting. Well, that's not as helpful then. Well, crap. I don't know. This might be one for next time. Well, if you like the content, if you like watching me struggle against different puzzles, please subscribe to the channel. Also, check me out on Twitch. I'm on there pretty regularly playing all sorts of different games. But otherwise, have a great rest of your day. Bye.